What's up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia, and today I'm bringing you a concise, condensed speed version of the Island Days Wax Collection, my thoughts, impressions after I've warmed them. So there are 5 bars in this collection. They launch Monday, July 25th. You can put them in your Scentsy club. You can buy them as a set. I believe you can buy them individually. They are not on sale with the other transition items. So let's get to it. The first scent is Driftwood and Jasmine. I would put this in the woods floral category. It's a pretty purple colored wax. It's about a medium light on cold sniff. So the scent description is Driftwood and Jasmine at depth to a beach of Tahitian vanilla. I definitely find you get coconut in here even though it's not in the notes. I get a pretty vanilla. I get a pretty floral. The floral reads a little bit like maybe a Bora Bora blossom influence. So there you go. It reminded me a lot of Coastal Sunset with a floral added to it. Yeah, I really like this one. Scent appeal was pretty high for me on this, and I think I would definitely pick up more. Now, performance-wise, this is a slow and steady, medium to medium light intensity scent. One area at most was 6 out of 10, and the other area also 6 out of 10. So both bedrooms, one was my bedroom, one was Drew's bedroom. But I left it going 4 days in my bedroom, not full days, just partial days, and I left it going about a day and a half constant in Drew's room. I think if you like scents like Coastal Sunset, Bora Bora Blossom, or even that scent Amethyst, and you put those all together, or Lisa Roberry scent Coconut Flower, I would definitely agree, then you should probably pick this one up to try. And like I said, bedroom scent, definitely bedroom scent. I wouldn't put it in a big area. It is fairly long lasting. It's just kind of slow and steady, wins the race kind of scent. Yes, I would repurchase this one, but not a whole lot. All right, the next one we have is Salted Bergamot Breeze. So this one is a pretty blue colored wax. And on cold sniff, it's about a medium intensity, and I would put this in the fresh category. Scentsy says, a refreshing ocean breeze carries hints of pineapple to groves of salted bergamot. So I have a note here, it's sweet and floral fresh, very aquatic. On cold sniff, I got a lot of saltiness, and when I first warmed it in the kids' bathroom, I didn't get a lot of saltiness. It took about 10 to 12 hours for that saltiness to make itself known, and then I got the saltiness. I didn't really get pineapple anytime, just a background sweetness. So it's definitely aquatic, fresh, salty. Scent appeal went up for me after I warmed this one. Now, when I warmed it in Ryan's room, the saltiness was there very early on. So my kid's bathroom, it was about 6 out of 10. Ryan's room, 7 out of 10. Pretty long lasting scent, just kind of ticks along. I left it going 3 days in one area, 4 days in another, starting and stopping, not continuous. I think if you like scents like Atlantic air, pristine water, those kind of aquatic, fresh, salty scents, you're probably going to like this. I would stick to bathrooms or bedrooms if they're not overly big. And would I repurchase this one? No. Scent appeal wasn't a home run for me, but it did improve on warm. I just don't need a lot of aquatic ocean scents. So that is Salted Bergamot Breeze. The next one is Star Apple and Freesia. This one was probably one of my favorite ones, if not my favorite. I would put this in the fruity section, and it's about a medium intensity on cold sniff. Scentsy says, a burst of star apple and tropical mango garnished with pink freesia. So Natalie here on YouTube, she grew up in Jamaica, and she told me that she's very familiar with star apple. So I'll put a picture of it here. It's got a little star in the middle. It's got a slight creamy texture and maybe flavor, and it's very tropical in nature. So this smells really, really good. I definitely could smell a tropical fruit. Ryan even thought he could smell berries. And now that he said that, I'm thinking perhaps yes. But I really, really like this on scent appeal. The freesia is nice and sweet. It's more of a fruity with a little bit of floral, but perfectly well done together. Blends really nicely together. So I think if you like fruity scents, for some reason I keep wanting to say that it reminds me of juicy apple raspberry, but with a floral mixed in. So the 2 spots I warmed it, one was 7 out of 10. That was Ryan's room. It did fairly well there. 2 days warmed about 16 hours. And in my bonus room, not as well. That is a very, very hot room. So it was only about 5 out of 10 there. And it wasn't very long lasting. I left it going 2 days, 14 hours. My daughter had a sleepover and I put it in for them to enjoy. And then it kind of lasted as long as it needed to. And then I changed it the next day. But I would definitely stick to bedrooms because you get a little bit better performance, a little bit more concentration. Maybe a small entranceway would be nice. And just remember, this one is very, very high in scent appeal, but shorter duration type of scent. I would repurchase this one. I really liked it. Probably my favorite. Driftwood and Jasmine was probably my second favorite. All right, the next one we're going to talk about is Sunshine and Tan Line. So I used up a bar. And some of these I made samples with as well. This one I would probably kind of lean it into the edible. It's not bakery, but it's slightly edible with a suntan kind of component. And on cold snap, I would say it's just shy of medium, between light and medium. And Scentsy says, orange flower and creamy banana sunbathed by a sea of whipped coconut. So I didn't really get orange flower, but I'm wondering if that plus something else is making it a little bit sunscreeny. I have a note here. I definitely got creamy banana. It reminded me of a banana pudding that you added a bunch of whipped cream in to make it even more fluffy and creamy. And also the coconut is very creamy. I have it. It's an edible sunscreen style coconut. Now I will say, when you put this in the warmer, it's not going to be overly strong. In my bedroom here, it was about 5 out of 10. And in the TV room, it built to about 5 or 6 out of 10, but it took forever to build to that, like many hours. Here in my bedroom, it seemed to get there a little bit faster, but it's a slow builder. Most scents you can usually get to their peak around hour 2, but this is probably hour like 6-ish or 5 or 6. So this is a really summery scent, very feel good, gentle, sunscreen, edible, yummy. I really, really liked it. Now I will say, for me, it's pretty hard to beat Rio Beach. Rio Beach is an excellent performer, lasts days and days. It's about a medium intensity, if not a little bit stronger. And this is lighter. Scent appeal is really good though. So I think if you like Rio Beach or Coconut Daiquiri, you should definitely pick this one up to try. Definitely stick it in a small area, like a small bedroom with walls to kind of hold it in. And just expect a nice, gentle background loveliness. So will I be repurchasing this one? I think I might pick up like an extra bar at some point, but I don't need to stockpile. So that is Sunshine and Tan Lines. Probably my second or third favorite. Did really like that one. All right, so the final bar in the collection is Tiare and Coconut. So I did warm most of this bar and I did make samples. So on cold snip, I would say this is about medium intensity for me. However, for most people, I think it's strong because this has a strong floral component. So I put it in the floral section. Scentsy says, silky, Tiare flower and coconut, enjoy a breathtaking, sparkling citrus sunset. So the Tiare flower is the star of the show here. It's kind of, I believe, a white floral, similar to Lush Gardenia's kind of scent. Now what happens for me, first off, I don't get the citrus, but what happens for me is the coconut is reading to my brain as a waxy component, and it's also diluting the Tiare. So for me, it brings it down a notch in terms of intensity, but I don't think that's happening for most people. When I put this in the warmer, it reminded me of a watered down version of Lush Gardenia, one that you'd had going for maybe a day or two, or even that scent Spring Has Sprung, but slightly less intense, not something you just put in right from the bat. So the spots that I warmed it, they were both about 5 out of 10 in intensity. So I warmed it my entranceway with a mini warmer, a couple of days there, 18 hours, and I warmed it in my open layout, only about 8 to 10 hours there at about a 5 out of 10. And yeah, it's not something that I really gravitated towards, but it wasn't terrible, but just not for me. I think if you wanted to dilute the intensity, if you did find it strong, put it in an open layout or in a medium zone. That's where I'd probably put it. And for me, like I said, kind of waxy. Didn't really like it. Would I be repurchasing this one? No. So basically, this collection was okay for me. It was a lighter collection. I liked 3 of the scents quite well. The other 2 I could easily pass. So it'll be interesting to see what this collection does, because anytime we launch a collection in a transition month, I feel it's at a disadvantage. And I think what happened was this one was delayed. So let me know down in the comments which of these 5 scents intrigue you. See if they kind of match up with the ones that I like the best. So thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you have a great day in your neck of the woods. If you're new, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.